So I have curated all the diagram based questions from all the chapter of zoology. So you need to choose the option accordingly. So make sure first of all you label the diagram which is from the human reproduction chapter. A question from the biotechnology chapter, very rare but very important. Here we have a vector PBR 322. Hi everybody, welcome back to once again on PW Gulf YouTube channel. I'm Jyoti, your zoology faculty, and here we have another video on diagram based question. So I have curated all the diagram based question from all the chapter of zoology, and without any further ado, let's get started. So here we have some questions in which diagrams can be given, and after looking at the diagrams, either you have to label the diagram, you have to draw the diagram, or you have to just observe the diagram and answer the questions. So let's see what are the questions which can be asked in your examination, CBSE board biology examination from the zoology part by using the diagram. So let's get started. Here we have the first question, which is from the human reproduction chapter. And guys, we all know there are plenty of diagrams in this chapter, so make sure you practice all these diagrams, okay? So here we have a diagram of female reproductive system, and by looking at this diagram you have to answer the question, okay? So the question is, find out the correct identification of the structure with its characteristics. So we first of all need to label the diagram. We all know the first part, okay, these are the parts of fallopian tube, or you can call it as oviduct, right? So the first part that you look here is actually the isthmus, okay? This one is isthmus. Let me just write it for you. This one is isthmus. Then we have ampulla. Then we have infundibulum. And we have this fimbriae part, right? So you need to choose the option accordingly. So make sure, first of all, you label the diagram and then answer the question, okay? So let's see. A is infundibulum, which is definitely wrong. B is ampulla, and yes, that is absolutely correct. It is the wider part of oviduct, and at the junction of ampulla and isthmus, we all know that fertilization takes place according to NCERT, right? So yes, we have second option as the correct answer. Next diagram that we have is from the chapter Human Disease and Health. We all know immunology part is very important. Immunity, it's all about the antibodies and the lymphocytes, the T lymphocytes and the B lymphocytes. If you look at this diagram, you will see that we have a diagram of antibody, right? That is antibody, or you can also call it as immunoglobulin, which is a kind of proteinaceous structure, right? So here we have the statements, and you have to read the statement and choose how many statements are actually wrong. So the first statement is gives cell-mediated immunity, which is definitely wrong. It gives humoral immunity, right? We have learned about it, that cell-mediated immunity, it is given by the T lymphocyte cells, right? Then T cells themselves do not secrete but help in B lymphocytes to produce them. Yes, absolutely correct. It has disulfide bond, that is absolutely correct. It has H2L2 molecule, which is definitely correct. It has 2 heavy chain and 2 light chain, right? Then it is a proteinaceous molecule. Yes. So how many statements are actually wrong, are actually incorrect, right? So it is actually only one. So first option is the correct answer, right? Let's see the next question that we have. The next question is, you have to read the statements and then you have to look at the diagram and to give your answers, okay? So we have to first of all label the diagram. We all know that the D part is testes, right? The C part, if you look at, it is actually a gland which is bulbourethral gland, right? Looking at the B part, we all know that it is heart-shaped prostate gland, right? Looking at the A part, we all know that it is actually the vas deferens, okay? So yes, the A part is vas deferens, right? Now, if you see the statement, A carries urine and C stores sperm, that is absolutely wrong. C secrete a fluid that helps in lubrication of the penis. So C, yes, that is absolutely correct. We all know bulbourethral gland, which is also called as Cowper gland. It secretes a fluid which actually cleans out the passage of urethra, okay? And also it is responsible for the lubrication of penis, right? So this is definitely the correct statement. Okay. Talking about the next statement, D produces testosterone but not the sperms, which is definitely wrong. We all know. Testes. Testes, they have cells which can produce the sperms and some cells which can produce the sex hormones, right? Fourth statement, B represent the prostate gland, and that is absolutely correct, right? So the correct statements are second and fourth, and we have third option as the correct answer, right? Let's see the next question. Next question, below given diagram shows a section view of human ovary. Select the correct option. So first of all, let's label the diagram, right? So first structure that we see in sectional view of ovary, it is actually a follicle, but which follicle? It is primary follicle, right? So this one is primary follicle. And if you look at the second part, it is actually the corpus luteum. When the follicle ruptures, it gets converted, it gets transformed into an independent endocrine tissue, which is called as corpus luteum, right? So the correct answer here is first is primary follicle and the second one is corpus luteum. First option is absolutely correct. Next, we have a diagram from the chapter reproductive health. Okay, so don't take this the chapter for granted, because this chapter is worth of 2 to 3 marks. Question can be asked, diagram based question can be asked. Okay, so here we have a diagram of implants. Okay, these are implants, and these implants, we all know, they are placed under the skin so that they can produce hormones regularly, and hence they can prevent the pregnancy, right? They can prevent the ovulation process and the implantation process, and hence they prevent the pregnancy, right? They are the method which uses hormones to prevent the pregnancy. So the correct answer here is the first option. Okay, let's see next question. Here we have a diagram from the chapter human reproduction again, and this is actually the literal view of male reproductive system. Okay, let's label the diagram. The second part that we see, it is actually the ureter. Okay, the first part that we see, it is actually the ejaculatory duct. Okay, then we have the third part, which is a tube called as urethra. And then we have fourth part, which is, okay, all right, the fourth part, which is again a tube, all right, and this is vas deferens. Okay, now let's read the question. Given below is the diagram, okay, of male reproductive system. You have to identify a duct which originates from urinary bladder and extends through the penis. We all know that from the urinary bladder, this is urethra which extends, and it is a common passage for urine and also for the semen, right? The correct answer here is the third option, right? This part, the urethra tube, it is actually the tube which originates from urinary bladder. All right, let's move on to the next question. Question from again human reproductive system. Okay, human reproduction chapter. Okay, so guys, I have already told you that this chapter is very important, and you see one after the other we have all the diagrams from this chapter only, right? So this diagram about the hormones, how the hormones, they elevate and then they basically depreciate throughout the menstrual cycle. You need to remember. Okay, so you have to see this diagram and you have to understand, you have to mark which part what exactly this X amplifies and what exactly this Y amplifies. Okay, so we all know this is actually the gonadotrophin, the pituitary hormones, which is released by pituitary gland. And basically the gonadotrophin, it includes the follicle stimulating hormone and the luteinizing hormone. We all know that follicle stimulating hormone, it is actually on the elevated level before, and then it gradually increase. But the most important point is, you can all see that luteinizing hormone, it is going to have a surge, okay, which is bigger than the follicle stimulating hormone, right? So this Y part, it amplifies the luteinizing hormone, and the X part, it amplifies the follicle stimulating hormone. Okay, so the correct answer here is the third option. All right. Let's move on to the next question. What does E represent? So again, we have a diagram of sectional view of ovary. Let's label all the diagrams, okay? So the A part here, these are the blood vessels. Let me choose some other color. Okay. So yeah, these are blood vessel. Okay. Then the B part, it is actually showing the follicle. Which follicle? The primary follicle. Okay. So yes, this is primary follicle. Then we have C part, which shows this fluid filled cavity, which is called as antrum. And we all know this is a characteristic of tertiary follicle. Okay, then we have this bigger follicle, which is called as Graafian follicle, right? So this one is Graafian follicle. All right, then we have this secondary oocyte, which is released, and in your NCERT book, it is called as ovum, but technically we all know it is called as secondary oocyte, right? So here we have ovum. Okay, so the correct answer, E, it is actually representing the ovum. Okay, what about this F part? We all know this F part is corpus luteum, right? An endocrine gland which is going to release the progesterone hormone to support the pregnancy, right? So yes, the F part that we see here is corpus luteum. All right. I hope this part is clear to you. Let's move ahead and let's see the next question from the chapter evolution. So here we have a diagram of two skulls. In your NCERT it is given. So make sure guys, you see all the diagrams and whatever information is given for the particular diagram, you need to remember that. Okay. So here we have a picture of two skulls and we all know the first skull that we see, it is actually that of an adult chimpanzee, and the B skull that we see, it is that of an adult human. Okay, so this one is of adult human and this one is of chimpanzee. Okay, let's see the statement. Skull B is the ancestor of A. That is no, wrong, right? Skull A has more brain capacity. No, chimpanzee, they do not have more brain capacity, okay, than the human. That is also wrong. Skull A is that of human and skull B is that of an ape. No, absolutely wrong, right? Skull A is that of an adult chimpanzee and skull B is that of an adult human. We all know that is absolutely correct. Okay, let's see the next question. Okay, we again have the diagram from the human reproduction. Okay, you have to read the following statement about the given diagrams and then you have to choose the correct answer. All right, A carries urine and C stores sperm. I think we have done this question, right, already. So let's skip this part and let's see the next question. Okay, again we have a question from the chapter evolution. And here we have the parts of the plant and you have to think about it. These two parts of two different plants, these are the homologous organ or the analogous organ and what kind of evolution they are showing. So we have thorn of bougainvillea and thorn of cucurbita, and we all know the thorns of these two plants serve the different purpose and hence they are homologous organ and they show divergent evolution. So the correct answer is D option, which is both second and third. Let's see the next question. So here we have a peak shift, okay, in one direction. So what kind of natural selection it is showing? So we all know there are different types of natural selection. If the peak is shifting in one direction, that is called as directional natural selection, right? So the correct answer is second option. Very easy, right? All right, let's see the next question. Okay, a question from the biotechnology chapter, very rare but very important. Here we have a vector, PBR 322. So this vector has various region and you have to label it if it comes in the question, but just make sure you remember four important parts of this particular vector. What are those four important parts? First part, if you see here, is basically it is actually that of ori. Okay, so the first part is for ori. Then the second part is for ROP region, okay, which is a repressor of protein. Then we have fourth region, which shows a gene all right, a gene which is responsible, which is giving a characteristic of resistant to the antibiotic tetracycline. Okay, so here we have a gene for tetracycline resistance. Okay, here we have a gene for ampicillin resistance. So these four regions you need to remember, and here the correct answer is the fourth option, right? Because we know this fourth region, it is actually having a gene responsible for the resistance of tetracycline antibiotic. All right. All right. I hope this part is clear to you. Let's move ahead and let's see one more question from reproductive health. Here we have a sterilization method for um, controlling the basically the fertilization and the pregnancy, conceiving a child. Okay, so uh, this method where the oviducts are actually cut and tied, we all know the name is vasectomy. Okay, but if the same thing is happening in the male individual, we all know the vast difference is going to be cut and tied, and the process will be called as the process would be called as vasectomy. Okay, so please pardon me guys, here I just stated a wrong statement. Okay, just remember, in the female individual the oviducts are cut and tied and the process is called as tubectomy, and in the male individual it is the vast difference which is cut and tied and the process is called as vasectomy. Okay, so the correct answer here would be tubectomy. All right. Next question, again we have a diagram of intrauterine device. Very easy to recognize, right? This is actually a copper T which is going to release copper ions in order to control to or you can say decrease the mobility of the sperms, and hence it prevents the pregnancy, right? So yeah, copper T, it is a kind of intrauterine device which is one of the contraceptive method that people are using nowadays. All right. Okay, now moving on, we have one more um, diagram from human health and disease. They can give you plants from which drugs are isolated. So you need to actually identify the plant, label it if it requires, and you have to write down important points. This plant over here is poppy plant, which has the scientific name Papaver somniferum. Okay, just remember, it is actually responsible for the drugs, which is a depressant, and it slows down the body function. Okay, all right, now moving ahead, we have one more diagram, okay, from the human reproduction part. You can label the parts here. The first part that we see is actually that of spermatozoa, because all the structures are distinctively identifiable. Okay, so this is spermatozoa. Then we have second part which shows spermatids, as they are still receiving nutrition from the Sertoli cells, right? So this is spermatids. All right, then the fourth part that we see, these are Sertoli cells responsible for releasing some factor which transform the spermatids into spermatozoa, right? So yes, these are Sertoli cells. And then the third part that we see over here is basically primary spermatocytes. Okay, which undergo meiotic division to give rise to secondary spermatocytes. All right, I hope this part is clear to you. The correct answer here in the given diagram, some parts are labeled as was first, second, third, and fourth. You have to identify the part which gets activated by FSH. So follicle stimulating hormone, it is going to act upon Sertoli cells. The correct answer is going to be the fourth option, that is the third option. Okay, the fourth part which is there in the third option. All right, I hope this part is clear to you. The last question, again from the chapter biotechnology, applications of biotechnology. We have been given a picture of cotton plant. You have to think about the insect which infects the cotton plant. We all know it is cotton bollworm, right? So just remember this part. They can give you plants diagram as well, okay, to identify the plant or to identify the insect which is going to infect this plant. This plant is cotton plant, okay, which is infected by cotton ball worm. Okay, and we all know that we use bacteria Bacillus thuringiensis in order to make our genetically engineered insecticidal cotton plant, right? I hope this part is clear to you. Now, most important part, we have been talking about the diagrams, but what are the things that you need to remember while writing your examination or while preparing for your examination? So for the diagrams, guys, very important for you to draw the clear diagram, clean diagram, and also proper labeling is very important. So make sure you label the diagram very properly and you cross check whether the labeling is all proper or not. Okay, for your examination, make sure you have a pencil, because if you're drawing the diagram with pen, it is going to have a bad impression and you can also lose marks. Okay, so just make sure you draw the diagram with pencils, have eraser in order to correct. I know this is very basic, but yes, please make sure you have a proper kit for the biology exam, because you might need to draw lots of diagrams, label the diagrams, and yeah, just make sure if any part has division, you also label that part to score extra marks. Okay, so yes, that's it for this video. We will meet again in the next video. Till then, just take care. Have a great day, guys. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye bye.